Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name's Beth, and if you're new, welcome. Today I am making a quilt using some pretty blues and pinks, or sort of a dusty rose color, and it's going to be a scrappy quilt. I pulled out some fabrics, blues and that rose color, and I tried to pair them up. I will be cutting some strips and putting them together into this really simple 4-patch. And then I thought I'd show you this funny piece of fabric that was ended up in my fabric stash. It looks like it was destined for a little girl or a doll, but it's a beautiful pink cotton that I'm going to be using for my quilt today. So the first thing I did is I straightened the edge of the fabric piece I have here, and then I cut one strip that's 2.5 inches wide and one strip that is 4.5 inches wide. I took my 4.5 inch strips and I will be cutting them each into 4.5 inch squares, and that will be part of my quilt block. The other pieces are the 2.5 inch strips, and I'll be sewing those together to make some smaller 4 patches. After pressing my strips, I started cutting 2.5 inch segments out of my long strip. I have everything I need to make the first block of the quilt that I'm putting together. I'm going to be making 4 patches with all these 2.5 inch pieces, arranging them so that the colors are opposite corners, and before you know it, I'll have a bunch of 4 patches and I can make my larger 4 patch. When I had a good idea of where I was going with this quilt, I went ahead and cut my strips out of the other fabrics that I had pulled for this quilt, trying to pair up a pretty blue with a pretty pink fabric. Here I'm showing you that I have some blues going one direction and pinks going the other direction. I kind of arranged the smaller 4-patch to move through that quilt. I could have turned the smaller 4-patch so they were all going the same direction. All the blues would be going the same direction, but I thought that I would do pink one direction and blue the other direction. Like some of the other quilt blocks on my channel, I did have a hard time finding this quilt block in my quilt block encyclopedias. I was unable to find one just like it. So again, this is a block with no name, but it sure is pretty, isn't it? I'll continue making some of these 4-patch blocks, and before you know it, I'll have the quilt. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.